Today, we are at a Thai Longtail boat racing event. And this looks kind of crazy. These guys are strapping on powerful little Honda engines onto what are essentially foam surfboards. And these things fly quite literally.
It is easily one of the most deadly motorsports on the planet. So today we're taking a deep dive into this underground world of Longtail riverboat racing. Tagging along to a couple of temple-side death matches and visiting the rural mechanics that are transforming Bangkok's old taxis into these water-bound rockets. And finally, because apparently I just kind of hate being alive, we're going to be testing the fastest of these race boats ourselves and even attempting Thailand's famous noodle boat challenge, whatever that is. It's kind of wild to me, guys. You can rip an engine out of a car and it starts out looking something like this. And then it gets turned into something like this. Today we're at what the locals call a small boat race. It's essentially a cordoned off section of river that's transformed itself into a drag strip.
All right, so we're sort of in the setup stage right now. The trophies are being prepared. The starting point, which has some kind of weird release mechanism, is getting set up. We've seen the finishing line, and we've seen all the various teams setting up along this river at different points. There are 3 classes going on today, 2 of which on these crazy foam surfboard type deals, and 1 which is happening on wooden boats.
Teams sporting matching shirts huddle around boats that look deceptively simple, but they're all capable of speeds that leave my camera drone completely in the dust.
That little engine behind me is loud. These things might look small, but they pack a punch. And especially when you strap it to a tiny little foam board, or essentially a balsa wood boat, and you put a 30-kilo dude on top of it. Yeah, these things fly.
Among the professional teams, with their very impressive setups, there's one pair that catches my eye, a local prawn farmer and his young protege, a rising star in Thailand's racing world.
How old are you, Pete?
18 18 years old.
18?
Yeah, very.
How long have you been doing this for?
อายุ 12 เหรอ ใช่ครับ เริ่มแข่ง Start about like 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How did he get into this? How long ago?
ผมเล่นมาตั้งแต่อายุ 9 ขวบ
Since he's 9 years old.
Oh, wow. 9?
9 years old, yes.
Oh my God.
He tells me he's kind of like semi-pro already. He's getting paid to race here today.
I kind of like this event. It's a lot more chill than the tractor racing. I think it is still taken pretty seriously. These are groups of friends, families, sometimes a garage that is a little bit more professional, a little bit more serious than everyone else. But in general, it's kind of just like normal Thais hanging out, having fun, eating some sausages, watching some races on the weekend. It's the way you blow off steam if you're a rice farmer. And if you ask me, that's a hell of a fun weekend.
And watching these boats slice through the water, their pilots hunched low with just death-defying precision, it's easy to understand the appeal.
I see when they race, at the beginning, they sort of sit up to try and get the angle right, and then they have to get very low. How do they know when there's the right time?
Body?
Yeah.
ใช่ครับเราจังหวะเรากลับตัวปุ๊บแล้วก็หมดได้เลยครับ
Oh, when you sure like the position of the boat is all right.
I
Now
see.
it's all right. It's not go to the left or right, and then you.
And then you fly forward. It seems to me that the core part of the event is in the start. The idea is to get the engine going. Once they release the propellers from the start point, it hits the water. So you have to like hit the water perfectly.
Yeah, you have to hit the water perfectly.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
หางแม่นเหมือนกัน
Yeah, how you position the tail, that's very important.
You have to try and get the boat in control and then get as low as possible, as fast as possible to reduce the wind drag. You've got to get your weight forward and low, and whoever does that fastest tends to win.
This is kind of like Thailand's version of go-kart racing. It's a gateway drug into the bigger, faster machines, but it's still pretty exhilarating in on itself.
Don't go too fast or you're going to flip the damn thing. Some guys even have holes cut in the front of their boats so that it allows some of the air to pass through as opposed to picking up underneath and really getting that airplane wing effect.
But there's something just unsettling about the razor-thin margin between triumph and disaster, about the way that these races push the boundaries of what's possible on the water.
What's the worst thing that's happened to you mid-race? What's the biggest accident?
ครับผมชนต้นไม้ขาหัก
broke his leg.
ใช่แต่
Oh my God
เรือนี่ก็แค่จุก
There are some very young kids competing in this event. These machines can be really dangerous. They can fly. And yeah, if you're younger than 10 years old, it's a hell of a machine to handle. What could go wrong when you race?
ก็ลม
The wind and the
It
waves
goes under the boat.
go under the boat.
Has that ever happened to you?
ก็มีครับมีเรือบินครับ
Flew off.
And what do? You just hope that nothing happens?
ก็ใส่เสื้อชูชีพเพื่อป้องกัน
Actually, he wore a life jacket.
And you're okay after that.
Each of these boats thunders past, leaving just chaos in their wake, and I can't help but wonder, what is the true cost of chasing the adrenaline rush at these insane speeds?
Do you just do this for fun? Are you trying to go professional? What's your goals here?
ก็ขับอยู่ครับขับทุกทีครับแล้วก็ทำสวนด้วย
Kind of like he doing it for fun now. So I think it's leading him to a new career path. Yeah.
Is it dangerous? It looks kind of dangerous to me.
เราต้องไปทางไหนเราต้องโดดน้ำเราต้องคุมตัวเองให้อยู่
Yeah, of course it's dangerous, just like car racing, just like every racing. But for the boat, the racer need to have high experience.
Right.
They should know like if this kind of thing happen, if it flip this way, what should they do? Should they jump? Should they stay? Should they keep going? Yeah, you should have experience.
It has always come with an absolutely brutal cost. And between our visits to Thailand's race circuit, tragedy strikes. Pete, the young racer who's been a guide into this world of water sports, he was killed in a motorbike accident. And his story, a talented kid seeking an escape from rural life through the thrill of these kind of races, it's one that echoes through a lot of Thailand's waterways and backstreets with a kind of unsettling frequency. I don't know the exact context behind Pete's accident, but in general, illegal bike racing here in Thailand and Dekwan culture have plagued this nation for decades. And while intense crackdowns, paired with readily available legal avenues for racing, have seemingly helped, Thailand's love affair with speed, it comes at a real cost.
Alright guys, we're in Thailand, Bangkok, and right now, this drag racing event is kind of fucking chaos.
It's part of what makes this sport so thrilling, so fun to watch.
This is my kind of community sport, defying death by strapping giant car engines to a tiny little boat.
And the fastest of these boats, the Toyota 5000s and the turbo diesels, that's what we're going to try next. In Thailand's high-stakes world of Longtail riverboat racing, you see, one engine reigns supreme. It's what they call the Toyota 5000. It's a humble 1.5-litre workhorse that once powered Bangkok's endless fleets of light ace delivery vans and crown taxis during its economic boom in the 1980s. And while these vehicles have largely disappeared from the streets, their heart lives on in what might be the world's most dangerous motorsport.
Today we are here for one of those crazy Thai boat races, but today it is the Toyota 500s. These things are as loud and as dangerous as you get with Thai boat racing. It is a large national holiday. It is a huge festival. We have the most extreme, most dangerous, fastest Thai boats, tiny wooden things with giant car engines strapped to the back of them.
The ubiquity of this engine creates the perfect racing ecosystem. There are an abundance of parts, there is widespread mechanical knowledge, and most importantly, it provides a level playing field where skill matters more than spending power.
So crazy how fast that is. Like maybe, I don't know, it seems like they're doing this stuff in 6 or 7 seconds, maybe faster. They sort of have this large, relatively professional contraption that is used to start the race so that everybody goes at once. It simply just drops the propeller that is hanging off the long tail off the back of the boats into the water, and everybody gets a perfectly fair start, at least in theory.
Before the day is done, we witness just a spectacular crash that serves as a stark reminder of this sport's unforgiving nature. And the races here, they barely pause. It's just simply, it's part of the game.
This here seems to be a well-sanctioned event. Everyone's wearing helmets, life jackets. There are jet skis ready to get to the person who sort of like crashes pretty quickly. It still seems like shit could go wrong very, very easily. And I also get the vibe that a lot of races are not going to be with this well polished. I want to do something. I want to test out one of these insane 5,000k boats. 5k boats, not 5,000k boats. Boy, where are we going? What is the name of the garage?
The name of the garage is Ban Pheo, Wairun Ban Pheo. It's going to be in Samut Sakhon province. It's going to be crazy.
Are you excited to try this boat?
Very much.
I'm not so excited. I just want to survive.
But we meet up with a local family of shippers. Their business is built around coconut distribution through Thailand's endless canals, and they offer to show me their racing setup. Their garage is just a shrine to speed. These gleaming engines are all over the floors, and the walls are lined with meticulously maintained wooden race boats. They're preparing 2 boats for next week's race.
Like, it seems like his family is involved in shipping. Maybe they used to do shipping by boat first and then they got into the racing. I don't know, maybe you can ask him.
เป็นคอนเทนเนอร์สะดวกคือคอนเทนเนอร์สะดวกเนี่ย
They commute, how they travel is by boat. So many canals, so many like big river here, right? So everyone learned how to ride the boat.
Ride the boat.
They were young. Like from the traditional one, the paddle boat, right? And now they're equipped with some engines, right? So it has changed, like the developed by time from just like use the boat for transportation to like racing. Can you guess how much?
All right, I'm not like a big car guy. So this is like titanium outlets for, I believe, carburetors. Not really sure. I don't know, $100 a piece. I don't know.
อันละ20,000เนี่ย
20,000 baht.
20,000 baht each.
20,000.
8
Dude, 80,000?
20,000, that's like $400 a piece. That is wild. There's going to be a better conversion on screen. These things are a serious machine. This is the engine we're going to put in a boat today. Wow. Very cool.
Somehow, I've been invited to take part in this kind of training session. I'm not going to be taking the reins, but they'll invite me along for the ride.
All right, guys, so no stuffing around. We're about to test these bad boys out. 2 of the fastest race boats here in Thailand. We've got them on a crane. We're going to rig them up, and then I guess we hit the waterways. Thailand's dedication to just like modifying the hell out of any motor vehicle that moves, which motor vehicles typically do. I mean, not motor vehicles I've owned. They usually stay in the shed and rust away. But most people's motor vehicles, they typically move. This makes me feel like I'm in the Philippines.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome to Thailand. You can sit here, I'll sit on the ground.
First up, they take me on a pilgrimage to a local mechanic shop that is responsible for transforming these engines. And the way we get there is using their kind of ridiculous turbocharged super boat.
This is just like
For a point of
having
pride.
fun, just showing, you know,
Wow.
like this is for my garage.
Right.
You know, like that's why they have it, right?
Got it.
Just represent the team.
That's
so
crazy.
This is what they use every day.
Just looking at this thing, it is beautiful. Like, it is decked out in the custom colored parts. It is dripping in titanium. There is a giant turbo sitting off the side of this thing. It looks kind of epic scary, I'm not gonna lie. That is one beast of an engine. Oh my God. I had to take my glasses off. I don't know if you guys can hear any of this. This thing is absolute madness. That is one of the most insane vehicles I've ever been in. Oh my God. 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 Guys, that is like hitting warp speed. That is one of the craziest things that I've ever experienced. Honestly, the sheer power of this thing, that is wild. You see the smoke just bellowing out behind us. Wow, what a ride. That was crazy. I literally had to take my glasses off my head. That was, they were gonna go flying. Bro, that was kind of crazy, huh?
I screamed the whole time. Sorry if I swear, guys. I'm not like that normally.
All right, so that death-defying boat ride was to get us here to this boat garage, where we can kind of like see how everything here is made. And it's just an absolute scattering of car engines just hanging out everywhere.
It's just a graveyard of automotive cars and parts.
Everything is ripped apart. We're taking out the air conditions, the radiators. We don't need any of that crap. Then we're gonna add some goodness. A lot of titanium, superchargers.
And there's rows of cellophane wrapped engines just awaiting their rebirth.
Wrapped in styrofoam, they're like ready to roll, something like that. They've been finished, modified or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's when it's finished and ready to
race.
the boat.
Well, when it comes to racing, obviously you need some kind of standard. You can't just be racing any old engine against any old engine. You need an apples to apples comparison. And that is why the old Toyota 5000s and 7000s have kind of become the go-to standard. When he takes an engine out of the car, what kind of stuff does he do to it?
ก็พวกเทอร์โบ
Turbo
กล่อง ECU
กล่องอะไรนะคะ
กล่อง ECU
ECU
Ah,
แล้วก็พวกอินเตอร์คูลเลอร์
intercooler intercooler
yeah. Okay, that's great.
And after that quick pit stop, we head down to the practice point along the rivers.
Oh yeah, when that first gets in, man.
When it's finally my turn to take a ride in one of these transformed delivery van engines. And the experience, it's kind of otherworldly.
All right, guys, so it is time for the race boats. As opposed to the kind of like transport boats behind me that have sort of deep, thick sides, these things are designed to just minimize any ounce of weight. They are wafer thin the whole way. The wood itself feels flimsy, almost balsa wood-like. And I've seen it just yesterday. They flip with ease. Any bit of extra air that enters under the front of them, if the front of the boat is angled down, obviously you could easily sink when it pounds down into the waves or the water. You have a giant heavy engine at the back, which makes it back heavy. Yeah, in general, it's just kind of, that's the game. How fast can you make it go without it flipping up in the air? Against my better judgment, I have agreed to try one of these things out myself. I don't know why. I might die right now. Alright, this might be a mistake. Oh my god. Alright, this might have been a mistake. This is absolute madness. Oh my god. Holy shit. And now we're in another shot. We're gonna let rest. Oh my god. That is crazy. What?
First time in your
Yeah, that was one of the most insane things I've ever experienced in my life. I was genuinely fearful for my life. That was kind of crazy and not what I was expecting. I think it's just like you're so low to the ground.
yes
And it doesn't feel like you're in the water. It feels like you're just bouncing on the water and you're drifting from side to side. So yeah, it's kind of scary.
It's more like you're piloting a surfboard with a rocket attached. There's not even a keel on this thing. There's no stabilizing force. There's just 2 contact points skating across the surface of the water. And any slight adjustment of the throttle or the weight threatens to break this real delicate balance of physics.
do you want to try to eat noodles on this boat? He challenged you to.
challenge
Challenge.
How hard can it be, guys? Noodles on this super boat. Let's give it a go. It's crazy. You can pay with a QR bank transfer anywhere in Asia nowadays.
Send me number.
That's what the noodle is?
Exactly.
I mean, it looks pretty good, actually.
It is pretty good.
Woo! And how hard can this be? Oh my god!
And it becomes real clear why every race seems to end in either triumph or some kind of near tragedy. There is simply no middle ground at these kind of speeds. And amid all the laughs and smiles and fun of getting involved of this kind of exhilarating sport, you momentarily forget the risks and the downside of this kind of racing.
Wow, alright, so one of the boats just went down. All the kids trying it out. It is this isn't easy, man. I don't know what they do. I mean, the whole boat essentially sink into the water. It's so heavy. You can see there where the boat hit the side of the bridge. I mean, that engine must be completely flooded now. I don't know how much more work it's going to be to get that thing back going in the water, but thankfully the kid's all right. That is it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you enjoyed it, you might actually enjoy this video that I did on Thai tractor racing. That is also equally as wild, kind of crazy and dangerous. See that now somewhere.